So as I mentioned during the first segment today, during the Tuesday cabinet meeting, Donald Trump was pissed off when they brought up Epstein because, as he told the reporter, you're desecrating the people who died in those Texas floods. We've got important issues to talk about, like Texas, he repeatedly said. And you're asking about Epstein? You're asking about non-Texas things? How dare you? But then a short while later, Donald Trump actually went on a tangent and started talking to these reporters, bragging, boasting, laughing, in spite of the fact that the death toll in Texas had surpassed 100 people by the time this meeting took place. Started bragging about how he's slowly turning the cabinet meeting room in the White House into a mini version of his overly gaudy Mar-a-Lago resort. But he admitted that he's doing it by stealing the possessions of his cabinet members. He then proceeded to completely humiliate Secretary of State Marco Rubio by essentially telling a story of how he cucked him by stealing his stuff right in front of him. Here is what Trump said. This is insane. So as president, you have the power. If I go into the State Department or the Department of Commerce or Treasury, if I see anything that I like, I'm allowed to take it. Can you believe this? First of all, no, I can't. I looked for this so-called regulation. I don't see it. But Trump is sitting there boasting, and there's a lot more I'll get to in a second, but he's like, I can just steal whatever I want from any department. I can go into somebody's office and be like, oh, this is a nice mouse on your computer. I think it's mine now. Thank you. Let me go ahead and put that over here. Yeah, this is great. I love it. No, where is the rule that says the president of the United States is allowed to steal things from anybody in his cabinet? I don't think that's a thing that exists. I don't think that's a thing that should exist. That's crazy. Trump is right. But he continues. And this is when he talks about stealing from Marco Rubio. I'm in Marco's office. I see this gorgeous clock, grandfather clock. I had to read him the rule and regulation. I said, Marco, I love this clock. Look at it. It's beautiful. Trump then says, I tried to talk him into it first, and it sort of worked. I said, Marco, I have the right to do it. But Marco didn't want to give it to him, so Trump just took it. That's his contribution to the cabinet room. But by the way, it's an incredible clock. And everybody in the room starts laughing. Marco Rubio's sitting there like, yeah, I wish I had my clock back. I really like that clock, but okay. He humiliated this poor schmo in front of the entire cabinet. I mean, hell, in front of the entire world, because it's on film. The reporters were there. They're laughing. Everybody's having a good time at little Marco Rubio basically getting taken advantage of by Donald Trump. I went into his office, I saw a clock, he didn't want to give it, but I took it anyway because I lied and said there's a rule I could do it. I'm a wonderful guy, I'm a great negotiator. I just steal things from people. You're allegedly a billionaire. If you liked his clock, you could have bought the same one, or I guarantee you with your money, you could have ordered a custom-made, even better one. But you didn't because you're a bully. And that's what this is about. Bullies like to publicly humiliate other people like you just did to Rubio to make themselves feel better because they suffer from an exceptionally low self-esteem, which you clearly do. So you wanted to elevate yourself by pushing him down. That's the same thing you did when you took the clock, even though nobody else was around. It's like Debo from the movie Friday. You hear the squeaky wheels on the bicycle rolling up and you start hiding all your goods because here comes Trump and he's going to take whatever he can see. If it's shiny, he's going to steal it. That's who Trump is. And if you've never seen the movie Friday, then you probably don't get the reference, but oh my God, that's him. That's what he's doing to these people because he is a bully. And like in the resolution of that movie, the conclusion, right? The climax, you stand up to the bully, you put him in his place, and it ends. But nobody in this cabinet is going to do that. They're going to suffer the humiliations because they think maybe eventually it'll help my career. Yeah, did that work out for anybody in Trump's first term? No. So go ahead and keep letting yourself get humiliated, because your fate will be no different than the first cabinet's fate. A bunch of people whose careers have died, and most folks have completely forgotten about. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.